hope you all are doing absolutely fine. This is Rudraditya, and in this video I am going to do the in-depth review of Mi 10i after 1 month of usage. Well, let's start with the name first. So the same phone launched in China first with the name of Redmi Note 9 Pro 5G, and then India it's launched with the name of Mi 10i, the small I, and that small I stands for India, claimed by company. And this is a huge blunder, and we saw a huge controversy a few weeks back, so I'm not going to stretch this in my video. And see, anyone can do mistakes, and any company or anyone can, literally anyone can do mistakes, and Xiaomi does a mistake this time, and this is a huge mistake. But I guess at the end of the day we should focus on the product, that how's the product, because eventually if you are going to like this product, then you are going to buy this product, right? So I really hope for the best. But now let's move ahead and let's talk about the phone. So starting with the color and the design. So I don't know why I picked the midnight black one here, but the Pacific sunrise color is super cool. And also this phone has, this variant has glossy finish, and it catches a lot of fingerprints, as you can see. So I really hate this. So definitely guys, if you are thinking to buy the Mi 10i, then I will suggest you to go with the Pacific sunrise color only. And now talking more about design, then you will get glass sandwich design, and both front and rear protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 5, which is very impressive. But the frame of the body is made up of plastic. And hey, I won't complain here, because you know what, I used a phone for a very long period of time which also has a plastic frame, and I never faced any problem. Yes, I'm talking about the OnePlus Nord. So see, you are not going to feel that plastic frame, yeah, I know that metal frame gives you more premium feel, but plastic frame, no problem. And if you talk about the camera module of the phone, then it has sharp edges, and company tried to do something very different, but the end result isn't impressive. But yeah, it has sharp edges, so you need to use a case on it, and I'm glad to say that company provided us a matte silicone case out of the box. And also we have a 33-watt charger inside the box as well, which is very rare to see nowadays. So I'm very happy to see those things in the box, and the quality of case is also very good. Now talking more about size and the weight of this phone, then it's a very heavy phone. The weight of this phone is 217 grams, and as I said that you should use a case if you are thinking to buy this phone. So after applying the case, the weight of this phone is close to 240 grams. So be ready to use a huge phone. Yes, so yes guys, it's a very huge phone and very uncomfortable to use. Even with both hands, I found this very uncomfortable to use because of the size and because of the weight of this phone. Although MIUI tried their best to customize the UI to use the phone with one hand with ease, but still, if the size of the phone is itself that huge, then all these things doesn't matter in real day use. And also this is the biggest reason why I hate to use this phone, because I don't feel comfortable while using the phone. That's simple. So this is one con for me, but maybe it's just me. Maybe this is the same thing. The display size, the size of this phone can be pros for you as well. So but still it's too big in my opinion. Now moving ahead, let's talk about the display. So the most highlighted part of the display is the high refresh rate, which is 120 Hz. But I would praise the display more if we got AMOLED panel instead of an IPS LCD, especially at this price range. Now maybe many of you will say that come on, at least you got a 120 Hz refresh rate, then why you are complaining? Well see, I said the exact thing in my OnePlus Nord review as well, that high refresh rate has nothing to do with the display quality. It just improves the user experience, especially when you touch the display to swipe and scroll or to play games. But when you see the display, then you will see the quality of the display. You will see the brightness, the resolution, the sharpness, and obviously the most important thing, which is colors. So when you see the display, when you watch any videos or if you play any games, then you will see all those colors and things. Then you are watching the quality, which matters the most. And here it is LCD. Now it doesn't, I'm not saying that LCD is bad, if your phone has LCD display then it's straight up bad. No, it's not like that. But AMOLED is definitely my pick. I can use 90 Hz AMOLED instead of a 120 Hz LCD. Even I can say that I can use 60Hz AMOLED as well instead of a 120Hz LCD. 120Hz is a great thing, but that's completely different thing. That's enhance our user experience, but display quality is different thing. And guys, मैं आपको बताता हूँ जो मज़ा ट्रू ब्लैक है ना AMOLED के ट्रू ब्लैक में, वो आपको LCD में कभी भी नहीं मिल पाएगा. So definitely I always prefer AMOLED, and I got used to AMOLED panel. So this is what it is in my case. Well, talking more about the display quality of Mi 10i, then you will get Widevine L1 certification, and also it's a HDR10 plus rated display. So yeah, it's a very good display to consume YouTube, Netflix videos, but the max brightness is 450 nits only, and you will struggle to see the contents of your phone in direct sunlight. एंड गाइज यू नो दैट समर इज कमिंग, सो जो धूप का किरण है वो और ज़्यादा तेज होने वाला है, और जो हमारी ब्राइटनेस है, हम जब आउटडोर में यूज़ करेंगे Mi 10i को तो हमें और ज़्यादा स्ट्रगल होने वाला है. बट अदर देन दैट एवरीथिंग इज गुड, लाइक द कलर्स एंड व्यूइंग एंगल्स. कंसिडरिंग द LCD पैनल, इट्स अ गुड LCD पैनल. वेल, दिस फोन इज किंग व्हेन इट कम्स टू हार्डवेयर. यू विल गेट अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स which you will hardly find nowadays in phones, such as IR blaster, LED notification light, headphone jack, micro SD card slot. I mean, this is amazing. This is amazing, and this definitely outshines OnePlus Nord or any phone, Realme X7, X7 Pro. I mean, you won't get this type of things in any phones nowadays. But the table turns when it comes to software. Yes, I'm talking about MIUI. Well, see, MIUI is full of features, but when it comes to user experience, it is still. Now let me give an example. Suppose that you got a room with full of facilities and fancy stuffs. But guess what? If the room is messy and nothing organized properly, then just guess what will happen next. You just don't want to work there because of the mess and also nothing organized properly, so you might not want to use all those facilities. So this is exactly the current MIUI 12.4 is. I mean, you will get a lot of features, but you will get some bugs at the same time as well, and the overall user experience is still not great. So Xiaomi, you need to fix those small things as soon as possible. For example, this phone stutters sometimes in normal tasks such as scrolling the news page, and this is hilarious because it has a very decent processor plus 120Hz high refresh rate. So this thing is definitely unacceptable. But as we all know, these things are not deal breaker, and these things can be fixed through an OTA update. So I guess that Xiaomi will fix. So this is the current software department of the Mi 10i, or you can say MIUI. Alright guys, now it's time to talk about the camera. And camera is also very highlighted part of this phone. You will get a 108 megapixel HM2 sensor, right, with f1.75 aperture. Well, see, the main camera, the main sensor is very good, but the secondary lens is 8 megapixel ultra wide lens, and then you will get the same thing. The two megapixel lens, one is macro and I guess one is depth. I don't even know exactly, but yeah, you will get f2.4 aperture lens, dual lens, I mean two lens with 2 megapixel, which is completely useless. But yeah, let's focus on the main sensor and the ultra wide angle lens, and also let's see the video qualities and photo samples. Right, so starting with the video quality, then at 30 fps guys, at 1080p 30 fps, you can see some frame drops. However, the colors are very good, dynamic range is excellent, but definitely there are some frame drops. Even at 4K 30 fps, the same thing repeats. You can see some frame drops and also some shakiness because it lacks OIS. So, and you won't get EIS at 4K 30 fps. But at 1080p 60 fps, you can see some smoothness, but also you can see some color shifting. You can see green tint here and there. So overall, I mean, it's average. And if we test the stabilization, then at 4K 30 fps, it's horrible, as you can see. And guys, you won't get EIS or OIS in this phone at 4K 30 fps. Even at 1080p 60 fps, it remains the same. So if you want some stabilization, then you need to shoot at 1080p 30 fps. There you will get electronic image stabilization, but in all this test, I'm just walking in a normal speed. I'm afraid if I will test this in any rough way, I guess you won't get any stabilization from this phone. So from video point of view, if we see all the things, then it's very average. Now let's talk about photo quality. Alright guys, so I'm definitely happy with the photo quality. If you are thinking to buy this phone, and if your purpose is photography only, then definitely you can consider this. But I mean, see, the 108 megapixel sensor is very good and you will get great dynamic range, very good color. So overall I am impressed with the photo quality. The only thing which I felt was not good is the lack of OIS, especially while I was shooting the the low light shots. So at that time I felt that yeah, it's missing, but other than that everything is fine. And for selfies, yeah, selfie is really bad, so you can use Gcam for tremendous improvements. So I will definitely recommend you to download a Gcam, and I will give the link in the description box. You can download from there, and yeah, the rest everything is good in this phone from photos point of view. And if you are thinking to buy this as a video phone, like if you are thinking to do vlogging from your phone, then this phone is not good for you. Alright guys, now let's talk about the performance. So this phone has Qualcomm Snapdragon 750G processor, which is very equivalent to 765G. But when it comes to performance, see, I used OnePlus Nord as well, I used Mi 10i as well, and I see that there is a huge, not huge, but still a very noticeable difference between OnePlus Nord and Mi 10i. And if you are wondering that which phone I am going to tell that which phone is better, then I am going to tell that OnePlus Nord is better. You can see the difference, you can feel the difference when you use OnePlus Nord and Mi 10i. As I said that it stutters sometimes while scrolling the page or while going back to home. The animations were not as smooth as it was on the OnePlus Nord Oxygen OS. So it's all about the optimization. I mean, OnePlus optimized the Nord properly, whereas Mi 10i is not organized as properly as the OnePlus Nord. So this is it. I mean, even though you have a very good processor, still the performance is not top notch. But if we talk about the general day-to-day usage, you won't get any problem. It's very good, and also you can play games on this, not heavy games for long period of time. As I said the same thing in OnePlus Nord review as well, but you can definitely do play heavy games as well, you can do casual games as well, you can do multitasking without any problem. So these things are good, but the gestures are not still smooth in MIUI. I don't know why. In OnePlus Nord or in Google Pixel, the gestures are very smooth, but in this phone it's not smooth, and I hate to use those things. So this small things makes a very huge difference. Also, the haptic feedback is not very good in this phone. But if, like, suppose that if I use OnePlus Nord and Google Pixel 4a, there's a day-night difference while typing something on those phones. You will get a very good feel in those phones, but in this it's not good. And now let's talk about the battery. So now this department really excites me, and I'm very happy with this department. You will get a 4820 mAh battery, and you will get a 33 watt fast charger. Now this phone charged from 0 to 100% in just 1 hour, to be exact between 58 minutes to 1 hour. And yeah, considering 4820 mAh battery, the charging speed is very impressive. And if you talk about the screen on time, then you will get 6 to 7 hours of screen on time very easily with 120 Hz adaptive high refresh rate. Now it's adaptive, so it's automatically switches the refresh rate of the display from 40 Hz to 120 Hz. And like, suppose that if you are watching a video, then it will automatically adjust to 40 Hz, and if you are playing any high extensive game, then you will get 120 Hz refresh rate, or if you are scrolling or swiping. So it's very good. It will the adaptive high refresh rate is actually very good, because that will help us to give better battery life. But at 60 Hz refresh rate, if you set the display refresh rate to 60 Hz, then you will get much better battery backup. And I tested this. You will get between 8 to 9 hours of screen on time. So if you are traveling, or if you want more battery, then I guess you can switch to 60 Hz high refresh rate display. I'm sorry, not high refresh rate, regular 60 Hz refresh rate. And now guys, let's talk about Rudra extras. So in this category, this time I am basically covering the connectivity part. So this phone has 5G support, because Snapdragon 750G, 765G, all this processor supports 5G. And also if you talk about the earpiece quality, then it's very loud, very crisp, and very clear. And guys, it's winter time, so everything is already very quiet. So if somebody is present in your room, then he can easily listen to your conversation, whatever you're talking with your friend or family, they can listen. So I always do this. I take the call, and then I just press this volume down button, so that my friend or whatever the person is sitting next to me can't listen to me, because this is so loud and clear. So I am very I like this type of things. If I get a solid earpiece. I like this. And if you talk about the speakers, then the speakers are amazing. You will get dual stereo speakers. It's very loud and it's very clear as well.
यहाँ पर आपको MediaTek Helio G80 का चिपसेट मिल जाता है, तो मुझे लगता है गेमिंग पर्पस से Redmi 9 Prime.
So the earpiece, the stereo speakers, the 4G connectivity as of now is very good. You will get dual band Wi-Fi support as well. So I tested this on both 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz and I haven't faced any problem. Then you will get Bluetooth 5.1 as well, and I tested, I connected this phone with my smartwatches, with my earphones, wireless earphones. I haven't faced any problem. So in connectivity part, it's seamless and I want to give 10 out of 10. And you will get IP53 certification for splash resistance. Then if you talk about biometrics, then you will get side mounted fingerprint scanner, and also you will get a face unlock. Well, if you talk about the side mounted fingerprint scanner, then it's fairly fast enough, but not the fastest. I saw some Realme phones which is more accurate and more faster than this one, but still it's good. And guys, I guess that's it from Rudra Extras. I don't think I am missing anything because I have no script. I'm just saying whatever I am remembering. Anyways, I guess that's it from today's video as well. And if you guys are wondering that which phone is best, the Mi 10i or the OnePlus Nord, then I guess this is not a fair comparison, guys. OnePlus Nord is 6,000 to 7,000 more expensive as compared to Mi 10i. So definitely OnePlus Nord is a better phone. If you have the budget of 30,000 or let's say 28,000, then definitely go with the OnePlus Nord, because that's definitely a better phone in terms of in-hand feel, in terms of look, not in look, that's subjective, but in terms of in-hand feel, in terms of display quality, in terms of let's say your software experience. So yeah, and these things definitely OnePlus Nord is better in camera, and also in performance OnePlus Nord is better. You will get a better experience. But in terms of camera, in terms of battery, I guess both phones are equally good. So it's up onto you. In terms of hardware, like I said, that you will get some extra things, not a lot of extra things in Mi 10i. So this is what it is. But definitely if you want to choose one phone between these two, then OnePlus Nord is the clear winner. But at this price range, Mi 10i is good. Not very impressive or not very good, but still it's good. And guys, if you are thinking to buy this phone right now, then I will suggest you not to buy this right now, because in Feb to March there are a lot of phones coming. So you can wait, you can check those phones and then you can decide. So just wait little more and then you can decide. Otherwise the Mi 10i is a very good phone, so no doubt about that. But see, to be honest, I'm not truly impressed from this phone. So now I told you every pros and cons, guys, so I guess you are good enough to decide by your own, right? So if you are liking all the pros, if you are getting all the things that what you need in your phone, then I guess you can go with the Mi 10i. Alright guys, anyways, that's it from today's video. If you enjoyed the video, then definitely smash the like button and also share this video with your friends. Tell them about my channel, and if this is your first time on my channel, then make sure to subscribe and also turn on bell notifications for all the future videos. I will see you very soon in my next video. Until then, bye bye, take care.